This is Adam Gorney, continuing at the Rival Signing Day show here with Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham. And Kenny, busy year, active, a lot going on. Is it nice to have a first full class and kind of get things rolling? It feels like things are kind of picking up a little bit for you.
No question. I mean, nowadays in recruiting, really it sounds crazy, but your real first full class is actually, 24 months after you get somewhere because you're recruiting so far in advance that even in the 24 class, you're behind. You're a year behind when everybody started recruiting that prospect, which is when they were a sophomore. So it was great to get this class, and I feel like the guys we got fit our culture, super talented, added some length, which we needed, added some size up front, which we needed. So it was really good for us, but it's only the beginning. I tell our guys it's the worst we'll ever be in this program.
Everyone has a philosophy about portal. Some despise it, some have accepted it, some really use it to their advantage. I think at least at this point in the program's run, you're using it to your advantage. Is that sort of where you are with it, or do you think this could be something that could be really capable to continue to use down the road?
Yeah, I think it's always going to change. So as long as the rules change, how you build your roster changes. I mean, I was recruiting a kid that was ineligible, and a day later, a ruling came out in the court that said, "Oh wait, he's going to be eligible now," and I didn't bring him on a visit, and now he's committed elsewhere. So it is constantly changing. So I would say anybody who has this plan of how they want to put it together, I think is being really naive because the greatest plan is adaptability to the rules. 2 years ago or whatever, 9 months ago, you couldn't go over a 25 signing limit. They made a waiver. So now you could sign 40 guys. And then they said, okay, you can always do that. But if you just planned for signing 25, then you would have been behind the people that were already planning to sign 40. So you've got to be able to see where the game's going and then adapt from there.
Do you believe, like some do, that you use portal to fill holes, bring in some veterans that you might need at specific spots? Or can this be, hey, we're going to take this many high school guys and this many portal guys and put a recruiting class together?
I think it goes back to what are the current rules. Right now, I would go with the model you just said. I think you combine how do I get the best players on my team?
Yeah.
But the rules could change tomorrow that say, hey, you can only sign 30 guys, or you can only replace a portal guy if he goes in. So you have to be willing to adapt heavily. But I would say the best model is get the best players on your team, whether they're a high school guy or a portal guy. There's not a number. We're not going to reach anymore. The days of saying, hey, with our current class, we're at 81 scholarships. We have 4 left. Go sign the next 4 best available high school kids. That's dead. That's a dead model. Or let's put a couple of walk-ons on that are deserving. Those models are dying because you are now competing versus everybody in the country all the time, especially at quarterback. Like, people are trying to figure out what's the best quarterback roster for me. Well, if you're at one of the blue bloods, it's every quarterback on everybody else's roster you're competing versus too. So you better not get stuck in, oh, I'm the next man. You're competing versus everybody all the time, wherever you are. And that's the nature of the beast. So we want to get the best players possible, portal or high school. And if they're not good enough, if we have a question about them, don't sign them. There'll be somebody that is.
We've talked about this, and it has been an issue before, and it kind of continues to be maybe in-state recruiting. You've put a staff together with a lot of connections. You signed 4 guys. Do you think you're making strides in the right direction there, or do you wish you had more?
Oh, I do. I knew it wasn't going to be one class like, hey, we're here a year and, oh, I'm from Arizona, everybody come play for me. Like, that's not realistic because this process takes 2 years, 3 years to truly establish the culture needed to recruit at a high enough level to sign those guys. I think the 25 class in this state has a chance to be special. I can say that. I think it has a chance. I think I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself and our staff to really keep those top guys home in that 25 class. And I think some of them, are very, very interested and they want to be a part of it.
I think we could agree that you have to throw more touchdowns and stop as many touchdowns thrown against you. Did you address that at receiver and at defensive back, especially with Nkuba?
Yeah, I definitely think we did. I think Coach Carrington did a phenomenal job going to sign our DBs. I mean, they all have length. They all have speed. We all won battle. We won battles for every single one of them. High battles, beating really good football teams for those guys, which is what you have to do to build a good roster. Is you have to win recruiting battles and explain to those guys the need and the want and the development that we can do here. And so I feel like our back end has got a lot of young talent now, a lot more length and a lot more speed going into next year.
I could be wrong here, but I think over the last week before the dead period, you had flown to Hawaii and back and all over the place. Are you tired?
I'm a little tired, but it's not over.
Yeah.
There's no such like college football nowadays. What is signing day? It's
Right.
a commitment to go somewhere for a year. It's completely changed. This is a new era. Kids who are committed from the portal, they're not actually committed until they step on your campus.
Yeah.
That's not official. So it's not over. It's not over. It's never over. It's just a way of life. So signing day is not what it used to be. Signing day is just a process and a step to really give these kids recognition for all the work they've done. But for you, it just, the way college football is now is it's a way of life. It's a way you treat everybody. It's not just a recruitment process and a de-recruitment. That era is dead. Because if that whole era of we're going to recruit you, then the day after you sign your R's, we're going to de-recruit you. Okay, good luck. It's called the portal. So you just have to trust that you're a good person, trust you don't lie to people, trust you're honest, trust that you didn't trick somebody to come to your school, and trust that they want to be there. And if you do that, then you're going to build a consistency. You're going to build a culture that is sustainable.
Great, Kenny. I appreciate you joining us. That's Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham here with Adam Gorney for Rivals.
Thank you.